Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the Psychic Astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardmunson.net. The weekly overview: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is a collective reading, so take what you need and leave the rest. We're going to talk about career and employment. Cancer, your solar sun is in the 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius, the house of hopes, wishes, friendships, groups, organization, humanitarian efforts. And its ruling planet is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus deals with chaos, upheaval, change that will bring you freedom, independence in your career and your employment. The sun is in Taurus, so we're going to talk about work. Some of you are dissatisfied with the work and your career that you are in. So if you're dissatisfied, what is your plan to change it? To go back to school and put it in a new direction. Something that you love doing, that you can do it in your sleep, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You won't be tired. The moon is in you, Aquarius, so this is going to benefit you. The moon represents your emotional groundedness, and please trust your intuition and psychic ability. The moon represents releasing, things coming to a head, and things have been held with you behind the scene. So since it's in Aquarius, so things are going to happen all of a sudden. And there is someone that's been trying to sabotage your career move. Don't let that happen. We have Mercury in Aries. So some of you might going to go into a new field of communication or technology. So I see some of you going back to school for that. I also see some of you open up a business that you're going to provide a service that is connected with this. So it's time for action in that area. We have Venus in Taurus, deals with work. Some of you might be going into the area of aesthetic, interior designer, interior decoration, the beauty field, hair, nail, makeup, or going into something to do with dealing with facial, a spa, or something in that area. Mars in Aries. Mars is in its home base. So Mars deals with the vigor, the force, the drive, the passion, and the energy. So it's time for action. If you're going to go back to school, it's time to go. If you're going to ask for that promotion, it's time to do it. There's never a right time to do it, so do it. Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus deals with new opportunities for expansion, growth, abundance, blessing, wealth, karma, and the truth. So these opportunities are going to open up for you, but you got to pick the one, Cancer, that has the longevity, because Jupiter goes in each sign for 12 years. So it has to grow each year after you pick what you want to do. Saturn and Pisces tear down that old foundation and that way of thinking, and we got to be open-minded. We got to get out of that rigid structure in our career and employment. So something to do with healing, reflexology, masseuse, counselor, a life coach, a therapist, something in that order. Neptune in Pisces, fear. Take your rose-colored glasses off, take your head out the cloud, and come out that fantasy and the illusion. Fear is the illusion in this matrix. Once you look it in its eye, it has no power. So step forward. Pluto in Aquarius, transformation, change that's going to happen very quickly. That's going to make your mind up whether you want to stay, move forward, or change. Chiron in Aries, it deals with healing. So every victory, every failure is a victory. So do not give up and take it in a negative way. Cancer. The next sign is Scorpio. Scorpio, your solar sun is in the 7th house. The 7th house is Libra. It's a house of balancing all partnerships and relationships. It's the house of creativity, divine direction, the house of open enemies, the house of spiritual blessing, the house of diplomacy, diplomat, the house of decisions, indecision, the house of others, and legal situation. And its ruling planet is Venus. So the sun is in Taurus, and the seventh house is Libra. It's ruled by Taurus. So this is a compliment. So if there's going to be career changes, they have to take it now. Stop putting it off. Make a decision. Stop sitting on the fence. The moon is in Aquarius, Scorpio. The moon represents your emotional groundedness, your intuitiveness, and psychic ability. So your psychic ability is heightened. It also deals with Aquarius. Things are going to happen very quickly and changes in your employment and your career. So you're going to get an insight or a vision of what you need to do. Mercury in Aries. So some of you are going to go and deal with the field of communication in every form or advanced, high-tech, computer repair, something in that way. So it's time for action. Venus in Taurus, aesthetic, beauty, something in the beauty field that you're going to go into, all right? Mars in Aries, that's its home base. Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. So it's time for action, vigor, force, drive, and passion. It's time to stop thinking about it, talking about it, writing it down. It's time for actuality. Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus deals with expansion, growth, new opportunities, blessings, wealth, karma, and the truth. If you did the work, then opportunity is going to open up for you, Scorpio. We got to do the work. It's not going to be handed to you. That's the illusion that you need to get out. So Saturn and Pisces, tear that old foundation of where you're thinking. You got to think outside the box and have an open mind. So some of you might be going into the healing field. Emotional healing deals with a psychiatrist, a counselor, a life coach, a therapist in that area. An herbalist, masseuse, something in that area. Uranus and Taurus, this upheaval, this chaos that's been going on in your career and employment, you want to bring it to an end so you can bring freedom, independence, okay? Neptune and Pisces, take their head out the clouds, take the rose-colored glasses off. Come out of that illusion and fantasy. Fear is illusion. If you look in this eye, it has no fear. And some of you are not doing what you need to do. You want to think that things going to take care of itself. No, it's not, Scorpio. You got to face it and deal with it. Pluto in Aquarius, it deals with transformation and change. So things are going to happen very quickly in your career and employment. The North Node in Aries, these are lessons you need to learn in this lifetime about career and employment. So it's time for action. Chiron in Aries, Scorpio, heal yourself. Every failure is the victory, and just get up and start over again. The final sign is Pisces. Pisces, your solar sign is in the third house, which is Gemini, the house of all forms of communication, transportation, mechanical things, research, investigation, secondary education, reading, publishing, public speaking. All right, and its ruling planet is Mercury. The sun is in Taurus, so we're going to talk about work. So there's some changes that you want to make in your career and employment. It's time to do it now. There's no right time. You can't keep putting it off. You got to do it now. Pisces, the moon in Aquarius. The moon represents your psychic ability, your intuitiveness. Trust that. It represents your emotional groundedness, releasing things coming to your head and things been hidden from you. So things are going to happen very quickly about your career. Some of you are going to be laid off. And this is the universe telling you go back to school and do what you want to do. Open up your own business. Mercury in Aries. Some of you are going to feel in the field of communication. Okay, so now it's time for action. Venus in Taurus, something that you're going to get involved in the area of beauty, aesthetics, of the finery. Mars in Aries, it's home base. The vigor, the force, the drive, the passion, and energy. It's time for action and focus. Jupiter in Taurus, new opportunity, expansion, growth, abundance of wealth, blessing, karma, and the truth. If you did the work, the blessings are coming to you. Saturn and Pisces, tear down that old way of thinking and think outside the box. Think open-minded. I see some of you going into deal with healing, deal with counseling, psychiatry, Neptune, therapy. Neptune and Pisces, fear. Take your rose-colored glasses off. Take your head out the clouds. It's fantasy and illusion, and step out on faith. Fear is the illusion of this matrix. Pluto and Aquarius, transformation and change. So change is going to happen whether you want it or not in your career and employment. The North Node in Aries, lessons learned in this lifetime about your career. It's time for action. Share out in Aries to heal. Heal from any mistakes. Every mistake and failure is a victory. So when you start it again,